We're now joined by UFC President Dana White. So Dana, it's Johnson and Benavidez headlining in Sacramento this weekend. Are the flyweights finally getting the love they deserve from fans and critics?
I think they are. I think the last couple of fights, I think the fans, how can you not like them? I mean, the last fight was awesome. The Dodson fight was awesome. And I can tell you this, the Benavidez fight will be awesome. These guys fought to a split decision the first time. Benavidez has knockout power. Mighty Mouse is the fastest guy in the sport, probably the most technically sound guy in the sport. It should be an amazing fight.
And from the flyweights, we now go up to the heavyweights. How about that scrap between, Mark Hunt and Antonio Bigfoot Silva? I mean, is that the greatest heavyweight fight of all time? And by the way, is there going to be a rematch anytime soon?
Joe, every morning when I open my eyes, the first thing I think about is Mark Hunt and Antonio Silva. The sickest heavyweight fight that I have ever seen. I was jumping around the room like a little kid during that fight. I can't stop talking about that fight. I can't stop thinking about that fight. It was amazing. And in that fight, Hunt broke his hand in 2 places, so he's going to be out for a while. So no, there won't be an immediate rematch. I'm assuming that Silva's going to want to fight again before Hunt's back.
Oh, yeah, probably. Well, the co-main event also delivered. Shogun came into Australia with back-to-back losses, but then got the W with that vicious KO of James Tahuna. What's next for Hua?
That was awesome, too. I agree with you. The co-main and main event that night were insane. It's like, when I tweeted that I thought that was the knockout of the century, and people were like, you're crazy, what about this one? When you see that knockout, the only way that I can really describe it is he hit him, and it's like if you had the remote control for a robot, and he was standing up and you shut it off, and his body just, you don't see knockouts like that ever see knockouts like that. It was amazing. Shogun's back. There was, Chael had asked me, everybody was blaming me for this question. I didn't say this. Chael was saying, if he loses this fight, would you talk about retiring or maybe moving to another weight class? And I said, yes, I would talk to him about either one of those. But now, I mean, after the performance he had the other night, I can't wait to see Shogun fight again.
And I agree 100%. And the same thing can be said about, George St Pierre. People want to see him come back. He is rumored to be making some sort of announcement on Friday. Do you know anything about this, Dana?
Yeah, that's not true. He's not making any announcement on Friday. He's going up. This thing was planned for months. He's going up to the opening of a mall, and he's signing autographs for fans, and he's going to do 10 minutes with the media. People were talking about he called a press conference and all these other things. I'm not saying he might not have something to say, in these 10 minutes. He might, but it's no crazy announcement like everybody was saying earlier. And, just for the record, while we're on TV here in Canada, there's no doubt that I had a bit of a meltdown at the last press conference. But who's ever said more positive things about George St Pierre in the last 13 years than me? Seriously. I mean, if I had 475 George St Pierres, my life would be very easy. My days would breeze by if everybody was a George St Pierre or acted like George St Pierre. And I know that this guy who's been who cornered him last time, who he first saw fight, said something like, I said that I watched the fight again and I thought that he won. That's not true. I've not watched the fight again, and I never said that. Just to clear that up.
Fair enough, fair enough. What's your gut telling you about George St Pierre? Do you think he's going to come back, or is he going to walk away?
It's tough to say. George St Pierre never said to me, I'm thinking about retiring. The retirement word never came out of his mouth. And normally, when guys even think about retiring in this sport, you probably should. This isn't the type of sport that you're wishy-washy one way or the other. You're either in or you're out. I don't think he's going to retire. I do know that he wants some time off, which is an issue because he just had over a year off for his ACL surgery and recovery. So we'll see. I mean, I'm scheduled to talk to George St Pierre on Thursday when he gets back from his vacation, and we'll see where we're at.
Now, sticking on the Canadian theme, I heard a while ago that April 16th, Saturday, April 16th, the Ultimate Fighter Nations finale could be going down in Quebec City. Wondering if you can confirm that, and any other Canadian events set for 2014?
That I don't know. I don't know the answer to those questions. I wish I did.
All right, Dana. Well, let's get back to this weekend before we let you go. Can you give us your thoughts on what you expect to go down in the main event?
With Benavidez and Johnson?
Yeah, what do you think's going to happen there?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a war. I think it's going to be a great fight. The whole card is good. You got McDonald versus Faber. You got Mendez versus Lentz. Lozon versus Danzig. It's an awesome card. And we've been on a streak. I mean, we've been on a serious, crazy roll of amazing, great fights. So I'm assuming this one's going to be right up there with them.
All right. Well, I know Showdown and I are both looking forward to the card. Thanks so much for joining us, Dana.
Thank you. I appreciate it.